welcome out to the Nerd Effect News Show. This is one of your anchors, Dustin Vancouver, joined by my buddies.
That was almost me.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Damaged brain cells. Michael Morgan, yeah. Okay.
And Mason Ireland, who has evidently less damaged brain cells.
I didn't think that was too damaging. What happened? What'd I do?
I don't know.
I think he got closer to his mic, so it was just a little louder.
Well, that may have been it.
Oh. I'm not any closer to my mic than I usually am.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Lick it. Let's find out.
That did sound weird.
And good night, folks. I don't know. I want to be around for the rest of this show.
Got weird up in here. Well,
Yeah.
gentlemen, we're on the news show.
Yes.
Shit's happening. How have you guys been?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Good. Sorry. Good.
What you been up to, Mike?
Work.
Work.
Yes,
You guys put in that sweet OT,
yes, I am.
making that fat cash.
Yeah. I got 1 day of overtime I've already worked. I'm already regretting it. But that's okay. Won't regret it once the paycheck comes in.
We noticed the last time you were here that you were not wearing glasses.
I think I was wearing it last time.
You were.
You were.
Yeah.
Only to perfect that sweet Heisenberg look you already got going.
Yeah.
I dig it. You're gonna cosplay as that one day. I'm gonna make you do it.
Plus, like we were talking about it, like once we were talking about it a couple, what was it, last week, I think, in the car as we were driving to the game, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, he's like, I don't know, money him han. I'm like, dude, a painter's suit's $20, the mask is 10, and the rock candy, you know. I mean,
I'll make it for you. I mean, what do you want?
well, it's got to be blue.
Yeah, melt some sugar, put it on a silpet,
Yeah.
add blue dye. You're golden.
Yep. Or I could be lazy and just go to a candy store and buy a blue rock candy.
For like $2.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think if we made it in mass, though, we could shatter it, put it in baggies, and hand it out to children.
That is true.
Hand it out to all the peoples.
Like, yo, kid, you want some of that sweet nose candy? Which I'm sure is not how you do meth. But, not that I would know. I really don't. God damn it.
I'm just gonna look at Dustin with a judgmental look on my face.
Even though he knows better, he just knows it makes you feel uncomfortable.
It's true. I can make Dustin feel like he's done anything wrong by giving him a judgmental look.
By just a 2-second glance, and it's all over. Been doing anything fun besides working that OT?
Oh, hell no.
God
I'm still
damn it.
working on getting my shit paid off. Get my shit paid off, then I can have some fun.
But you got that sweet college forgiveness thing, though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's... Yeah. Good. Yeah, I had 3 payments to make to that thing, and I got my 1 payment left on it, and I got that taken care of. Then I'll have some money left over to try and do some stuff.
Nice.
So, we'll see what happens.
Sweet. Mason? How's things and stuff?
Things and stuff are going good.
Quake
is the shit. Or not Quake. Doom is the shit.
Oh, nice.
You're jumping ahead, Mike.
You're jumping ahead to next year, Mike. When
That's
Quake
on the way.
When Quake comes out.
Yep.
But yeah, Doom is the shit. This last week has been the Steam Summer Sale.
Oh, how's your wallet?
Doing okay. I've only bought 3 games.
You're doing well. Is there just hasn't been anything that has tickled your fancy?
No. There's plenty of things that are tickling my fancy. I've only bought 3 games.
Only 3 games.
Yeah.
There's still time, though, right?
Till tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Okay. Didn't I see that they were doing like BioShock at like some god awful ridiculous price?
Yeah, BioShock was like they were practically giving BioShock away, the original BioShock away. It was like $5 or something like that.
And then I'm kind of excited because they're remastering them in 1080p at 60 frames, which will be fun. As a collection for the PS4.
Yeah. Too bad you're on a PlayStation 4 and can't do over 60 frames.
Hush.
Like a computer.
I don't need any more than that. I'm good.
as you tell yourself with that I'm trying to convince myself look on your face. Please believe me, Mason. Look, yeah.
It is true. There is plans for future investment in a new laptop for myself, and I'm kind of excited about that. I might do some gaming on it. I don't know how that'll pan out.
Because as broken as Ubi releases shit sometimes, I have to admit they make some really cool worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't start with Assassin's Creed 1 because, well, A, I know the big reveal already. It's been a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, from what I've heard, it's just kind of rinse repeat. It was like they got the concept and then just
built on it, and it was it was good for the first game, but they've done so much more with the games since then. Right.
I decided to try Black Flag first because who doesn't want to be an assassin pirate?
Me, I want to be one.
Yeah. Out there in Nerdland, if you want to be an assassin pirate, raise your hand. Okay, now put it down. Yeah.
That was the entire world raising their hand in unison.
Yeah, pretty much.
The whole world listens to us?
Oh, that would be scarily awesome. But then we need to get paid for this shit if the whole world was listening.
Casper Mattresses, have you been listening?
Yeah.
Actually, I think we might need to go to them, but I could be wrong.
But hey, Casper Mattresses, tell you what. For the first week, you just give each of us a mattress, and we'll give our testimonials about how we liked them.
I've heard they were good.
Yeah, I've heard they were good too. But yeah, so then I got.
I have a king size bed, by the way.
Mine's queen, but whatever size you want to send me, queen or above.
Like if it's king, I'll just throw it on the floor. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll just get a couple of box springs and throw it on the floor. That's fine. Yeah, I don't need a frame. Or I'll just build myself a pedestal frame because that's easy as shit. It's making a box out of wood. Woo! So yeah, and then I got Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor, which is currently downloading. So,
how big is that game?
43 gigabytes.
Oy. That's hefty.
Yes. Well, Doom was 55.
It's true. Mine runs off the disc, so it's okay.
Yeah. And there's a couple of other games I'm thinking about getting, but I don't really have the cash, so I shouldn't. Because I want to get the new Tomb Raider, but I might just wait till the winter sale.
I really want the new Tomb Raider. Please, God, get that fucking exclusive off there.
The exclusive is long gone.
Why come they haven't released it on PS4 yet?
Because it's a PS4. Who cares? It's on PC.
Shush. Help me out. You're supposed to, what is it? Like, not help me out, but,
give you handouts because you're a console plebeian?
No! God damn it. Encourage me or do something.
Friends don't let
Foster.
play console.
Yeah.
I'm done with you people.
I was like, I can hook up a controller to my PC if I want to play a game that really requires a controller. And like the next Forza game is being released as one of the Xbox Play Anywhere games. So I'll be able to get it for my PC. Granted, there will be some limitations, unfortunately, on how well it will perform due to the Windows Universal API being a piece of shit. But like not actually having full screen can dedicate your entire video card to the video game.
That is odd.
50 or 60 frame per second maximum lock. Things like that. Well, the idea is that they want it to be able to run the same on PCs and the Xbox. But the problem is that once you involve PCs in the ecosystem, like most games that we've talked about so far in the show, would make your current laptop go tits up real quick. Yeah, so even with the Windows Universal API, it's just, you can't account for all PCs that are out there and make them all run the game. You know, granted, you can guarantee all Xbox Ones can run a game, but you know, like if you're, you know, they should make it so the Windows Universal API can actually truly utilize the PCs it's being put on, because it is a Windows 10 thing. You have to be able to at least run Windows 10 to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But they should make it so, you know, like if I have a, you know, NVIDIA GTX 1080, two of them running an SLI, that they can code to let my computer use that instead of restricting it to Xbox levels of crappiness.
Because I just dropped $1,000 on video cards and I want to use them as
That's
such.
more like $1,400 on video cards.
That's close. Ish.
You know, not to mention, if you're going to be going that far, you're going to have to water cool them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can overclock them to ridiculous levels. Because if you're putting two 1080 GTXs into your computer, you probably have the money laying around to fucking water cool it. You know, plus that you're going to want to water cool your processor, you know, so you can like jack up a, you know, an X99 base Intel i7 up to, you know, somewhere in the 4.5 gigahertz range, depending on how good you do in the Silicon Lottery. You know, so if you're gonna try to beat, like, Microsoft, if you're listening, which I know you're not, if you're trying to beat Steam at the video game, you have to be able to beat Steam at PC games. You can't make them restricted to being Xbox games played on a different platform. They must be able to do what PC games can do.
Preach.
So, you know, if I wanted to be a console plebeian, I'd have a console. I don't. I have a PC that can game. So yeah, but anyway, besides that, I've been having fun. Also painting a lot of War Machine miniatures, getting ready for the Journeyman League starting next week.
Woot.
Yep. So, giggity. Lots of blue and gold. I dream in blue and gold now, actually. It's kind of disturbing.
Just from
all the painting of blue and gold.
So much tiny detail. Blue, gold, eyes burning.
Yeah. Mostly bigger patches of blue, small patches of gold, because gold's more of a detail color.
Right.
And also a lot of brass and steel. So yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, to be win or lose, I don't really care. I mean, yeah, winning's nice, but I play war games for the aspect of going out, hanging out with people, and just pushing toy soldiers around a table for a couple of hours.
Because adulting.
Because I'm an adult and I can play with toy soldiers if I want to.
Yeah.
So there.
Meh. Well, my life's been fucking crazy. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. But our house is officially on the market. I don't think it was up for sale yet last time we had the show. But
no, it wasn't.
But it's officially up on the market. So if you're local here in Boise and you're looking to purchase a house in the Columbia Village area, yeah, it's up for grabs. Contact me, Dustin at nerdeffect.com, or get a hold of my realtor, Stephanie Rutledge, who will gladly guide you to your promised land.
There you go.
But yeah, we put a lot of work into the house. We've replaced both the ceiling fans in both the living areas, replaced the faucets in both the bathrooms, and replaced the shower head in one of them, and
the backyard is much, much nicer now.
Just purely by the fact that it exists.
Yes. Instead of being a wildlands.
Yes. So there's that going on. So yeah, it's a good place if you got kids and a dog, or maybe a kid.
Yeah.
It's about a 1,500 square foot house. It's a nice little place. But yeah. But on that note, we've also kind of locked in on a house. So that for ourselves. So we're out in South Boise, and I don't know how else to put it other than it's basically the house. Like, this could be the house we spend the rest of our adult lives in. It's perfectly laid out, more room than we'll ever possibly need.
Yeah.
Just depends on how much nerdy shit I can bring into that to fill the gaps.
It's got a podhole. Mike has quoted it. #podhole.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a 2,700 square foot house. It's got a nice laundry room that has the pantry attached to the back end of that, and it's like a full like walk-in pantry, which is nice. It's got, I don't know how to describe it. So when you first walk in, I'm gonna do a verbal tour here.
All right.
So when you first walk in through the door, you're greeted by a sitting family area. It's about the size of this room. I know you guys can't see it, but maybe 20 by 20.
Well, this is
10 by 20.
This is about probably a 15 by 20, 15 by 25 room.
Somewhere in there. It might be a little smaller than this room. Half a hair smaller.
Yeah, so this room's actually pretty big.
Yeah, because I wasn't looking behind me, so from about where I'm sitting to the wall,
okay,
it'd be about as big as this room. And then on the other side of that is the kitchen and informal dining area, I guess you would call it. I guess the eating nook or
breakfast nook,
I guess. And the kitchen, although not updated, is still in really good condition. And then there's a room to the left of that, which is I guess it's just the family room, but it's got a giant fucking stone fireplace in it, and it's about the same size as that other room, that would probably be where most of the TV watching and stuff would be,
Yeah.
And then on the other side of that is the laundry room and the pantry I was telling you about. As you're coming in the house and to your right, there's 2 sets of stairs. There's 6 stairs that go up and 6 stairs that go down. On the up is the master bedroom's immediately on your left. The master bedroom is strangely open concept. Must have been, I don't know if it was just popular during that time, because I think the house was built in the late 60s, early 70s. But it's a giant master bedroom, but the bathroom that's a part of it is completely open to the rest of the room. So literally, if you needed to take a shit, if you didn't close the room to your bedroom, maybe just walk by and say, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, just pooping."
All right,
don't mind me. So make sure you
hey, what's making that smell? Oh, yeah. Dustin.
Yeah, gotta make sure you close your bedroom door if you're gonna go poop in my room. But it is nice.
I'll remember next time I go into your room if I'm gonna take a poop. Close the door. Unlike that last time, that was embarrassing.
Yes, it was. And just excitement and wide eyes everywhere, and
I'm sure your wife will appreciate you pooping while she's trying to sleep.
That would be weird. I might even just go out the door into the guest bathroom to make that happen, because I couldn't do that in the middle of the night to her. Gotta shit, honey. It's 3 a.m. I'm gonna go out the other room. Thank you.
True love.
Love. Twoo wow.
Twoo wow.
Yeah, my girlfriend would be all over that toilet, man. Just while I'm in the middle of sleep and just sitting down there and just letting it rip.
I love you, Mike.
No, it's hard to do that.
Yeah, she would.
That's nice. It's got a separate shower and a really nice deep jetted tub, which is really cool.
For some actual lounging.
Yeah, and it's in a bay window area, so you can just open up the windows, let some cool breeze in while you're taking a nice hot bath. It'd be a good scenario. Double sinks. It's always a good thing.
You gotta watch yourself while you pee?
No. Thank the sweet Jesus. There's nothing stranger. Yeah, be warned about the house that you buy at my place. If you are a man, you're in for a surprise. the full length mirrors on that thing, and that means they stretch across the top of the toilet. So as you're standing there taking a leak, you will be standing there.
You have deep,
watching
soulful thoughts with yourself.
Yes.
Gazing into your own eyes.
Gazing into your own soul while taking a piss into the abyss. It's actually not that bad, but it is weird, kind of just being like, "Hey, what's up, bro? I'm gonna look down now."
even though you're me.
Yeah. But there is outside the master bedroom is another guest bathroom that's fully loaded and ready to go, and then to the right of that would be essentially Evie's bedroom, which is nice. It's already pre-painted with like pastel, like purple and pink polka dots, which is kind of cool. And it's not done in like a cheesy way. It's done kind of very artfully, and it's got a bay window that has like a chest built into it.
Oh, nice.
So that'd be a cool little place for her to keep her toys and stuff. And then in the downstairs areas, if you go come back down and then go back down the other way, would be the immediate first thing across from you would be what I would probably call or as Mike coined it, the pod hole.
Pod hole.
It's a long room, so it's not like a it's not like a standard bedroom size. Even though it has a closet in it and it's classified as a bedroom, it doesn't really fit the formal shape of a bedroom. Like, so it's more lengthwise, which would make it really nice for setting up like one corner for podcasting and then like maybe another end for videos and stuff that we would do. So that would be kind of cool. And then down the hall are two more quote unquote bedrooms. One of them I don't think qualifies as a bedroom because there's no closet, but that would be used as like a general office space. And then there's another bedroom on the side of that.
Yes, but in your office space, would you have a red swing line stapler?
You're fucking right. I would. I have one here at this office.
I know you do.
I might even just take that home with me so I can.
They took my stapler. I don't like the process.
I'll be honest.
Swing line staplers don't bind up as much.
I am surprised that stapler has lasted here in this office as long as it has. Like, that shit is like steel bait.
I think it's because they know you'd come after them.
With the fury of 1,000 suns, but I mean, but yeah,
I'll burn the place down.
Yes. They put me down by the furnace. No. But yeah, at the end of that hallway is the two other bedrooms. The other bedroom is set up with hardwood and has mirrored closets, and that immediately Jen already claimed that as her yoga room. Okay. So that way you could kind of see yourself work out.
Oh, right, so you can check your posture.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So basically that whole back wall is mirrored because it's like a closet that's full width of the room. And
ceiling doesn't mirror though, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird to work out. Well, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
That's my room.
And so, but there's also another bathroom downstairs, another full bathroom. So if we have guests, they have a bathroom to go to there. Yeah. No bathroom on the main floor, which I thought was kind of weird.
Well, it sounds like they're all pretty well close to the main room.
Yeah, they are.
So, to the main floor. So
they are. I mean, if you really, really wanted to, you could probably put a bathroom upstairs somewhere near the laundry area.
I'd say you could whack out the pantry.
Jen would have a conniption fit if we did that.
Well, I'm saying you could. I'm not saying you would. You know,
she would cry hard about having a pantry. That was like one of the main selling points for her. Was like, I want a big pantry, and then that kind of just nailed it. So,
well, sounds like a good place, dude.
It's awesome, and it's in a cool neighborhood, and it's on the coolest street name you could ask for, Thunder Mountain.
Well, I don't know. There is a Vallejo Street out there.
There's also a goldenrod and a ramrod.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah. So anyway, we're excited. So technically, the setup we have right now is that they accept. Oh, well, we put in an offer. They came in with a counter. We said okay, and so now we're kind of locked in a loose contract with them. We're like 90% there. So it's all contingent on the sale of our place. So once our place sells, and we close on it, then we get our equity out of it. Then we can continue closing on that house. In the meantime, they can still technically market it as pending, and they can still do open houses and stuff like that.
Right. To see if they can get anyone else on the hook just in case it doesn't go through with you.
Right. So basically what happens is that, so it's a loose contract right at the moment. What happens is if somebody comes in with an offer and they say, hey, that seems like a good offer, we have first dibs. So we can go in and say, we can either do one of two things. Once, if somebody makes an offer that they like, we can come in and say, either take our earnest money back and just let them go ahead with it.
Yeah.
Or we say, no, we're really interested in this house and we really want it. Then we put basically at that point we say, okay, we really want this house. We'll put our earnest money down on it and basically gamble $2,000. And we have to sell our house by September 1st.
Okay.
So yeah. Mm-hmm. We're kind of riding some fairly thin rails.
Yeah.
But, I mean, our house should sell fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We've had like 10 tours on it so far, so.
Okay.
And a lot of people have saved it as a favorite on Zillow. So fingers crossed. Again, help us out, buy our house so we can move into a new one. Thanks. And that's where we are.
Awesome.
I think we have news.
Yes, we do.
Welcome to our lives, people. This is what happens.
Wait, we have a new show?
Yeah.
Yeah, son.
Okay.
Where are we at? We're about right. We're about a half hour in already.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're going to do this Rochambeau thing.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit, what's going on here? Okay.
Boomhauer.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I thought that was a Sling Blade there for a second.
Oh, no, I was going for Boomhauer.
Boomhauer. Whatever. Bunch of rednecks.
Ready?
Yep.
Kai Bai Bo. Kai Bai Bo.
Ah, wait. I was a three-way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Kai Bai Bo.
Fuck.
We suck.
Another three-way, people.
Like literally a rock, paper, and a scissor twice in a row. Here we go.
Yep. Kai Bai Bo.
Oh, Mason's got us.
Boom.
All right.
There it is.
Laid it on me, yeah.
All right, Mason, tell us about this wacky doohickey thing you got
All
going
right.
on.
So, people, are you tired of being that lazy nerd
No.
who never works out?
No.
All right, end of news.
All right, never mind.
We're done.
Mike says "fuck you," and
Carry on.
so. But would you like to link your exercising to your gaming? Give you cause to do the exercise, give you a determination on how much to do.
Is that called a Wii balance board?
In theory, if I exercised, yes, I would be interested.
Okay.
Well, yes, Mason. Please tell us more.
Okay, so this is the Get CSGO Fit. Now, I will discuss how to change this to other games later, but we'll go with the original CSGO one for now.
What's CSGO?
Counter-Strike Go, Global Offensive.
Okay.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO.
Okay.
It is the most popular esport in the world, with the possible exception of League for actual number of players, but as far as being an esport, it has been the longest lasting and has had the most prize money run through it.
Gotcha.
And it is a first-person shooter. It is based off of the Half-Life 2 engine by Valve, and yeah. So, and is on PC exclusively. So, if you're wanting to actually get into esports and be competitive in some way, buy
the
a
way to
fucking
do it.
computer. Get away from your goddamn being consoles.
Hey, they got Evo. You can play fighting games at Evo.
That's true. But if you're not into judging things by what fucking frame they're on, buy a computer and play CS:GO or League. But as we have learned, not Overwatch, because 17-year-old Korean girls will kick your ass and you'll be angry.
Yes. And you have to quit your esports career.
And you have to quit your esports career. Yes.
Huh?
Right.
Right.
So, anyway, you lose a game, you do 20 push-ups. if you have for every Russian in your team, you do 10 squats. If someone calls GG after the first round, you do 20 cross punch sit-ups. If for each person for every time someone says a person should be reported, you do 10 leg raises. If you have, if every time someone ninja defuses the bomb, you do 10 jump lunges. And for every person on your team with a shitty microphone, you do 10 bicycle crunches.
That's going to be a lot of bicycle crunches.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't have time to play the game. You'd be exercising constantly.
Well, you play one round, you do your exercises. You play another round, you do your exercises. You'll get in shape quick. I'm saying,
Yeah.
Now, see, you can
Arnold and
see, but you can change this up for other games.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like in League of Legends, for every time someone, sorry,
No, I thought I saw there's a.
Yeah, there is a fly flying around in here.
Who wants to know what's going on? It's like, hey guys.
So, like, for League of Legends, every time someone whines that they didn't get their role and goes AFK, you do 20 sit-ups. You'll be doing a lot of sit-ups, just to let you know.
Anytime a 13-year-old calls you a racist name in Call of Duty, 30 sit-ups.
You do half a sit-up because otherwise you're going to be dead before you're done with your sit-ups.
That's true.
Another good one for League is when someone tells you to get good. For every time someone is told to get good in the game, you do, 10 bicycle crunches.
That's the thing. Somebody tells you to get good.
Yeah. Whenever.
How about get grammar?
Yeah. Every time someone starts a surrender vote that isn't necessary, you do 10 lunges. This works for any game, any competitive online game.
So how would this work? You would have to take a tally.
Yeah.
In order to make this work, because you couldn't do it mid-game every single time.
Well, no, you don't do it mid-game. You wait till your game's over, then you do your exercises.
Just hope that you're not spending your whole time tallying every time somebody does something stupid.
Yeah. Every time mid pings blue, no, you can't do that. You'd be dead. No one actually has that many calories in their body. But yeah, anytime someone, hypothetically, if every time mid pings blue, you do
pinky curl.
You do a pinky. Yeah, you curl your pinky finger once, because otherwise it might get a little dangerous for your health by doing too much exercise.
What about the little hand squeezer things?
But seriously, there are ways you can adapt this kind of thing to any game. And yeah, I'm trying to make this funny, but at the same time, I'm kind of serious about using this as a way to motivate yourself, to exercise.
Could you do that like if you're just like playing games hours on end, like you would have to like give up at some point because.
See, the premise is that you play one round of CS:GO, a League, Overwatch, Dota, whatever game. And like right now, Overwatch would be another good one because of how many Overwatch players there are. When you're beat by a Korean 17-year-old girl, you quit and go be a bodybuilder.
Yep. Exactly.
Who happens to be one of the best in your character, But seriously, you could seriously do this for any game you wanted. And the idea is that you play one round and then you exercise. You play another round and then you exercise. So you're playing the game for 30 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on the game.
For one round?
Yeah.
Usually first-person shooters are,
Well, CS:GO, you play as both people multiple times, and it's best of.
Oh, like a best of 5 or best of 7 or whatever.
So usually CS:GO matches last about 30 minutes total.
I was like, if you're doing this with Call of Duty, it'd be like 15 minutes every time.
Right, but Call of Duty isn't a good example. It's Call of Duty. It's not a good example of a video game, much less, a competitive video game or a competent first-person shooter. By the way, Doom is the shit.
Woo, Doom!
But, so like, in a league match, like League of Legends or Dota, matches last 30 minutes to an hour and a half, depending. Granted, an hour and a half league match, I'm about ready to just fucking throw my mouse and walk away. Because it's just getting too long. It's too stalemated. That's one of the points where no one's willing to risk anything, because if you risk something to try to break that stalemate,
mm-hmm.
if you lose the game. So, it's kind of one of those things where games can go a certain length, but then they just crawl to nothingness because everyone's maxed out, and, which I would rather lose than get into one of those matches in League.
Too many queens on the chessboard.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you move, you're either gonna, if you try a move, either you're going to succeed phenomenally and win, or you're going to get beaten and lose. So that's the problem with the really long League and Dota games. Well, any MOBA really is. There's after a certain time point, basically once all the characters max out in level and equipment, either the game has to end right now, or it goes into a really long stalemate. But no, so like, let's say, you get into a game, lasts about 30 to 45 minutes. Then you put in 5 to 10 minutes exercising, and then you get some water or whatever, because after, either an hour of playing a video game or, the exercise, you should probably have some rehydration, just in general. It's the way the human body works. Then you play another game. So you're breaking up, sitting down, playing the game with exercise, and the game is determining your exercise. And you can do it either in far more serious ways, or you can do it in kind of funny ways, like I was suggesting in the CSGO thing was suggesting.
Or you could go the opposite direction and turn it into a drinking game, right?
You could, but I will not be responsible for the deaths caused by CSGO and League of Legends drinking games.
That is true. We here at Nerd Effect do not take responsibility for your stupid actions.
Yes.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, but you could, hypothetically, you could do that too. But
there'll be a point, though, where you just won't be able to even see your monitor straight anymore.
Right. Especially as a drinking game, you should have to do it as it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so you have, but seriously, it is a good concept and a good way to work out, because you're cutting up the workout with something you're interested in doing, and you're cutting up the sitting down of the video game with exercise, and you really shouldn't sit for more than an hour straight anyway. Just how the human body works. Mm-hmm. You need to move. So yeah, don't need any more fatalities playing games like they have in cyber cafes in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, don't kill yourself starting out, on something like this if you actually seriously try to do this. Because like I said, I don't think it's a bad idea. But, obviously work into what you can do. If you can't do what the game ended up dictating, don't try to force yourself. Do what you can. Try to do at least each of the exercises that are out on your list once. But yeah, don't kill yourself by overexertion, because that's no good for you or anyone. So
you want to be able to click your mouse the next round.
Yes, you need to be able to click your mouse the next round.
We good?
Yeah.
Sweet. I have a news and a half news that popped up just now as you were doing this. That both of them are locally Idaho themed.
All right.
Because Idaho's awesome.
Well,
when something awesome happens in Idaho, I will fucking report it.
Okay.
Let's just not talk about politics of Idaho because it gets really fucking janky from there. So, you may remember that we have priorly reported on some solar road panels that some northern Idaho husband and wife developed that were fucking baller.
Yep.
Baller.
Saving America's environment by seriously making road panels that pay for themselves and charge neighborhoods and places.
Yep.
So, it's becoming a reality. They got a test place for it now. So this article comes from Mental Floss, which is an aggregator that pulls from different other places. Let's see here. So they're reporting this from the Christian Science Monitor. Weird.
Yeah.
Says a section of America's most famous highway is going green. The Missouri Department of Transportation plans to create the nation's first solar-powered public road by lining a portion of Route 66 with energy-generating photovoltaic pavers. The pavers will be installed near a rest stop in Conway, Missouri, where they'll hopefully produce enough electricity to power the facilities and fund future projects. The pavers were created by Idaho startup Solar Roadways, which was founded by husband and wife team Scott and Julie Brusaw. The company aims to create renewable energy from the solar energy that hits the surface we walk or drive over, like roads and sidewalks, the bike paths. To harness this power, the Brusaws developed a unique line of tempered glass hexagonal solar panels. These panels weigh about 70 pounds each. Jesus Christ. So they must be big, I'm guessing. And can reportedly support the weight of semi-trucks. They have an asphalt-like traction surface so cars won't slip and skid, and they're fitted with LED lights to create lines and signage without paint. An added bonus? The panels can warm up to thaw icy roads. Yes.
Yep.
In 2011, the Brusaws were awarded a 2-year, $750,000 contract from the U.S. Department of Transportation to conduct further research on their product. They used these funds to build the world's first prototype solar parking lot next to their Idaho headquarters. In 2014, the couple raised more than $2.2 million via crowdfunding efforts to bring the technology to market. By paving America's roads and parking lots with their special panels, the Brusaws claim our nation could generate more than 3 times the country's electricity consumption in 2009. However, critics say that the transportation officials can barely afford to fund America's existing concrete and asphalt roads, let alone one lined with solar panels. Solar Roadways argues the state's Department of Transportation don't do enough money from gas tax to repair roads, and that their solar highways would increase energy savings. They also question the panel's long-term durability. A solar-paneled road sounds futuristic, but Europe has already test-driven similar technologies. In 2015, the Netherlands created a 230-foot bike path that's paved with glass-coated solar panels. After 6 months, it had generated enough electricity to power a small house for a year. Meanwhile, France also plans to resurface more than 600 miles of road with a type of solar panel that can help generate renewable energy. And then it says, watch this video, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm glad they're taking this to heart. Yeah.
A practical test now, which is awesome.
Yeah, and if it's successful,
yeah,
that could just mean a whole lot for everybody.
Yeah.
And it'd be good to see how this goes. I like the idea that the 2 things that I really like, besides it just being solar powered and generating electricity for neighborhoods and stuff, is the LED lights and the thawing ability.
Yeah.
Because in Idaho, that would be a huge fucking awesome thing.
Well, anywhere you get snow, the thawing ability is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the ability to not have to paint and then being able to flash emergency warnings onto the road, anywhere or nearly anywhere, that's a good thing. Because like if there's there's some areas like where you go around a bend and you're blind and almost blind until you get all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's a wreck right over there, if they could tell you a couple of bends down the road that you're coming up to a wreck in so many miles, slow down,
right?
That's a good thing.
I'm also thinking about with the lights on the roads, you could actually change the traffic patterns throughout the day. So if you have more traffic going east during the morning and then more going to the west at night, you can have more lanes open to go in the direction you need more traffic going.
Right.
And it's funny because Seattle does that already, but not with solar panels. They open up and close certain roadways to allow for traffic to go through on one side more.
Yeah.
So in the mornings they open up more lanes going into Seattle, and then the afternoons they open up more lanes coming out of Seattle so that people can get home.
Yeah.
So but if you could do that with lights without having to worry about
Physically moving barriers.
stuff, yeah, that would be
Yep.
pretty awesome. So yeah, go Idaho and go to this family for coming up with the idea. My side news, I love this. So the Idaho State Journal is I don't know how this didn't reach some sort of national news, but Erik Estrada of Chips is now an East Idaho Reserve police officer. Officially a police officer. He doesn't just play one on TV, guys. He is officially a police officer. There's a photo of him here being sworn in at St. Anthony, Idaho, which I believe is in Fremont County. So the man famous for his many years of motorcycle cop on the hit 80s TV series Chips is now a St. Anthony Police Reserve officer. Mayor Niels Thusen swore Erik Estrada into office on Saturday at City Hall in this town of 3,500 people, northeast of Rexburg.
Northeast of Rexburg. Okay.
Estrada plans to work with the police department in protecting children from internet predators. Interesting choice. Estrada arrived on Saturday, where he spent the afternoon with police officers and their families at the city park. After Thusen swore Estrada in as reserve police officer, Estrada spent the rest of the afternoon at the high school at a meet and greet where he had his picture taken with the residents of all ages. Estrada has spent the past decade working with various law enforcement departments and keeping kids safe online. Following his induction, Estrada told how important it is to teach children what not to do while on the web. Education, the best protection, especially on the internet. Children should be educated in how to handle a chat room. Okay, if you're in a chat room, for one, you're dialed back to 1995.
Yeah.
Don't give out personal information. Certainly don't give out your mother or father's name or what school you go to. Don't ever accept gifts, Estrada said. Certainly don't ever meet someone you've been chatting with. They're not who they are if they send a picture that isn't them. Even in conservative and generally safe St. Anthony, there are still threats to children, Police Chief Terry Harris said. I think that this brings to the surface that internet crime happens in smaller communities. Everything that happens in big cities happens here, he says. Estrada's team is developing various programs such as software that will record children's pictures at various angles. It will also provide other information such as children's medical needs. The information will be readily available for police should a child come up missing. The first 72 hours is a very crucial time to recover a child, Estrada said. But now we're just getting a little dark.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's kind of cool that this guy is now an Idaho police officer, even if it is in a little podunk area of Idaho.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. We just got this. He's pulling a Steven Seagal on us. He's actually a legit police officer now. So go him. Way to go, buddy. So anyway, those are my newses. I just thought that one.
But you will never again have the cool sunglasses of the Chips days.
He's not wearing them in the picture, but he's also inside, so who knows?
It's true.
But could you imagine though if you were an internet predator and Estrada shows up at your door with fucking aviators on and just that crazy split haircut, which he still has.
Yeah.
Come on now. That would be. At least you're gonna go to prison in style.
Yeah.
and then get raped by Bubba because you're an internet predator.
Yes.
Anyway, bike.
Just keep telling yourself, at
So-
least I met Erik Estrada.
Yeah.
So going from local news to not very local. You guys remember Rosetta?
Ish.
It's that one spacecraft.
Yeah.
It orbited the comet.
Yeah.
Had that little Philly lander.
Yeah.
It died.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it has been announced that Rosetta is going to be officially retired.
Okay.
So September 30th is when that's supposed to happen. And they are going to retire it in, I could say, a rather impressive way.
Are they going to crash it into the Earth?
No, they're going to crash it into the comet.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have it do progressively lower and lower orbits, so it can get closer and closer and closer on its with its cameras and data gathering, and they're just going to keep getting closer until they get crashed into the comet.
Alrighty.
I thought they were going to do some sort of Spock thing and just launch it into the sun.
No.
He was launched onto a planet with the
So-
Genesis device.
It's still operational now,
Oh,
but at this point, it's about 850 million kilometers. Yeah, 850 million kilometers, or 528 million miles from the sun. And as it's getting farther and farther away from the sun, it's going to stop being able to function because it doesn't have enough solar energy getting to it to keep it going.
Mhm.
And they don't think it's going to survive a prolonged hibernation if it stays in orbit around the comet and then waits for the comet to make its next round around the sun.
That would be funny if all of a sudden some NASA scientists, like 300 years in the future, are like,
yeah, several generations.
Bob, shut that off. I don't know. I can't. What is it? What's it? Rosetta. Fuck. Look back in their archives. We sent that out when?
2016.
Mm-hmm. So, so the plan is to just manually have it get closer and closer, and they have to do it manually because of the fluctuating gravity for the comet, because with different densities and all that. So they'll have to kind of adjust for it as they go, and just get closer and closer and closer pictures until it gets to the point where it just crashes into the comet, and then it will stop transmitting, and it'll be sad. And then Rosetta and Billy can be reunited.
Yep.
It's beautiful, man.
It's gonna be so cool.
Speaking of
We're gonna
space, I
get
saw
some-
the second Independence Day movie.
We're gonna
That
get
was
some like
pretty
really good pictures out of that, though. You know?
Hopefully they do. Yeah.
Yeah. Would have been nice to get some more pictures from Bill, but yeah,
Yeah.
that didn't work out so well.
So did we kick some alien ass again?
Yes. Yes, we did.
It was the
And
aliens,
Will Smith was president.
the aliens on the
No.
comet
No.
tipped over the Philly thing so we couldn't see them.
Wait, what I miss? Sorry. Mason took me into the second Independence Day movie, and if you were continuing your story, I totally missed that last part.
So aliens tipped over the Philly comet lander.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, with their giant, like 3,000 mile long
It's
spaceship.
like, hey, they're dropping a thing with a camera. Okay. Now they can't see us.
But yeah, it was an interesting. It was a fun movie. Like it just, no thinking involved. Will Smith's son is now the one who's the air fighter pilot.
By Will Smith's son, do you mean his son from the movie, or do you actually mean Jaden?
From the movie.
Okay.
So I think it's Michael B. Jordan who plays that character.
Okay.
But so it's basically 20 years has passed,
Yeah.
and so his son's now a fighter pilot, and in that time they've managed to combine Earth and alien technology into like a cohesive thing.
Yeah.
And so now they got like these kind of like, imagine humans now have space age weaponry. And so yeah, next thing you know, wormhole opens up. Oh hi. there's this other alien spaceship. It's bajillion times bigger than the last mothership they had to deal with.
Of course.
Like literally a planet sucker. It's what it was built for.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we kick some alien ass again by the skin of their teeth, as usual.
Of course.
Yeah. It's entertaining. Will Smith not available. They wrote his character off rather quickly in a one-liner of basically saying that Michael B. Jordan's father would be proud, and that he was one of the first test pilots for the alien crossover technology, and he died in a test flight.
Oh.
And that was it. They just never mentioned him again after that.
Okay.
Like they just wrote him off. And his picture pops up
Of course.
in Michael B. Jordan's locker with it was like him and his family.
Yeah.
His mom returns. She's still a nurse and stuff like that. So,
Well, she's a nurse now. She was a stripper going to nursing school.
that's right. You're right. She was. Oh, good times.
Yeah. I don't know. See, the funny thing about that is, like, as much as there is a relationship between strippers and Marines, the Marine Corps actually looks down on its officers, like, dating said women. So, like, he's never going to get into the NASA thing. Like, it wasn't because he was black. It wasn't because he wasn't a good enough pilot. It was because you got to be like white bread to get into NASA. Like, you can't have a damn thing that's outside of the norm, except for the fact that you are crazy enough to want to go into space, you know, to get into NASA. You have to have the Wonder Bread lifestyle. So. And I don't think dating a nursing student who pays for her schooling as a stripper who's a single mom counts as a white bread lifestyle.
Well, she wasn't a single mom. She had Will.
That wasn't his... Like, the kid in the first movie wasn't his son.
Why would they say that your father would have been proud?
Because he married her and adopted the kid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And he was the father figure to the kid, but he wasn't...
Okay, you got me there.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember enough about the first movie. I think I'm going to go back and watch
My
it.
mom watches that movie every time it comes on TV.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. That and Fifth Element. Like, if one of those two are on, she's like, Bink.
Just glued to the TV.
Yeah, she loves them.
I
So I see them
blame
often
her.
enough. I mean, they're both good. But, like, yeah.
I still got my Fifth Element disc. I pop it in once in a while.
Multipass.
He knew that.
Chicken.
Lilu
Lilu
Dallas.
Dallas. Multipass. So, but yeah. No, my mom, like, crazy watches those two movies when they come on TV. So, I've seen both of them, I don't know how many times, because of catching chunks here and there, but not necessarily in the chronological order of the movies.
I wonder how many children will never know the pure joy of just channel surfing until you land on something that you're like, I'll watch this.
I don't know if that's exactly a joy. I kind of have to admit, I kind of dig the Netflix.
I dig it too. I can
So-
choose and watch whatever I want, whenever the fuck I want, on
Yeah.
demand. But there's just something about like flipping through the channels, like landing on the USA Network and fucking Independence Day's on, or
Yeah.
Men in Black, or Wild Wild West. And you're like,
It's the Wild Wild West.
yeah, exactly. Just like, I'm gonna stop here. There's nothing better on, and it's mildly entertaining. I'll stay here.
Yeah.
Or fucking Joe
That's
Dirt.
the one thing about, like, most Will Smith movies. Like, they are admittedly, most of them are summer blockbuster, turn your brain off popcorn movies. And then there's Wild Wild West, which kind of sucked, even for that. Except for, okay, Selma Hayek and of course
But the bottom popped off.
Yeah.
In her onesie.
Yes. But besides that, not much good going on in Wild Wild West. Like, I appreciate steampunk. I like steampunk, but I don't know. It just wasn't a very good movie. But most of the stuff, it's turn your brain off summer blockbuster movies, and you know what? That's okay. And then there was the one with the zombie vampires.
that me?
Might have been me. I don't know.
I'm on silent.
Okay.
I think it was Mason.
I am not on silent, but it just buzzed.
Buzz. Yeah.
There, my ringtone was on silent.
Okay.
Good.
Wow, that's a lot of Facebook messages. Okay.
Yeah.
Giggity.
But yeah. So, Will Smith. I'm kind of surprised he didn't want to be in this one, at least for a cameo. I really am.
Me too.
But he was shooting Suicide Squad at the same time, probably.
Probably, and I'm sure Suicide Squad probably threw more money at him.
Yeah.
I mean, because once you're a part of any sort of comic book universe,
You're kind of stuck.
you're there.
Yeah.
You're kind of in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing some of those guys have like extended like sequel contracts at this point. Like it's
Yeah.
like we can't not have fucking Chris Hemsworth as Thor anymore. You know? Like,
Yeah. Well, I've heard they're going to. Marvel is going to kill off, not necessarily kill, but move past the current characters and onto new ones.
well, yeah, because I mean Robert Downey Jr. is kind of like, I can't do this much more. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Been doing this for 10 years now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. But the idea is that it's going to fade away, and it's not going to be Captain America and Thor and Iron Man anymore. It's going to if like the whole Spider-Man things work out, it's going to be Spidey and Black Panther and possibly some more people. Rumor is Sony's trying to get in on it now too.
I know they're trying to bring the X-Men over.
Yeah, or not Sony, Fox. They're trying to, Fox has the X-Men rights, but they're trying to bring the X-Men in. Of course, it's going to be hard to watch an X-Men movie without Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Xavier.
well, yeah, but
The new Xavier is fucking.
he's good. I
He's
don't
awesome.
think they'll bring any of those actors over for the new X-Men. They'll make it a more cohesive team.
Do you think it'll be like the X-Men has been established? Like, here's your X-Men type thing. They'll just go balls into it, and they won't look at an origin story again.
I think the X-Men will get.
It's like because that's like how they did with Spider-Man this time around. They're just like, fuck it, you know who Spider-Man is at this point. Just
Yeah,
deal
but
with
he's
it.
still at the beginning of his career.
That's true, but they didn't go through the process of like.
They didn't turn him into Spider-Man.
Yeah,
this time,
he was
but
already Spider-Man at this point.
right. But at the same time, he was at the beginning of his career.
True.
Like he didn't have a good suit yet.
If they do start bringing it out, I won't be surprised if they start bringing it into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and having connections through that.
except for in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're dealing with the Inhumans, not mutants.
Mm-hmm.
They're different things.
All right. I know what you mean.
Okay, because like the Inhumans have Krull DNA
Mm-hmm.
in them. That's why they are the Inhumans. They are not pure-blooded humans. Whereas mutants are, in all essence, still pure-blooded humans. They just have genetic mutations, which are way more extreme and cool than can ever possibly happen. But
They happen.
they have, and then there are some of the X-Men who are weird and not technically mutants, but
Metahumans.
not
Or as they would call 'em in
demigods.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
both Storm and Nightcrawler, Storm is a goddess.
mm-hmm.
Like, she is a goddess of the storms. That's why she can do what she does. That's why she can control the weather on the entire goddamn planet. She is a goddess.
Hey, you.
And-
You do weird stuff. You're a mutant. Oh, wait. No, you're not really a mutant. That's okay. You're on the team anyway.
Yeah. You're still cool.
We're
You can still
keeping
be
you.
on the team. Yeah.
Black Panther's the same way though, isn't he?
No.
Like he's
Black Panther isn't a mutant or an Inhuman, but he gets his powers from the spirit of the Black Panther.
yeah. So like he's
So he's kind of you almost want to
like
say
a demigod almost.
well, you can he's almost like a shaman or possessed.
Right.
That's how he gets his powers. I mean, he can control it. He doesn't lose control, but it's the spirit of the Black Panther that defends Wakanda. That's where he gets his powers from.
We're probably getting to a whole other show here.
And then, but then like Spidey, bit by a radioactive spider, changed his DNA. Not a mutant because it wasn't natural. So he's what Marvel classifies as an altered human. And then, like, Nightcrawler, his father's a demon.
To F the mutant, and now you have...
And who had sex with Mystique, and boom, Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Lol.
So that's why he can teleport.
Nightcrawler in the last movie was really fun. I liked his character.
I haven't seen Apocalypse yet.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I'm kind of like, I'll seriously just gotta wait for it to show up on Netflix.
Yeah, oh god, the Psylocke was completely underutilized. I'll put that out there right now. I kind of feel bad for Olivia Munn.
Yeah,
but
she's trying really hard to get that acting career going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, like looks wise, she's a pretty good Psylocke. I mean, as far as like, you know, her dark long hair, her facial tone, or the tone of her skin, everything. But I don't know how she is as an actress. I've never seen her act.
She had like almost very few speaking lines in the entire movie. Like she was just basically there as Apocalypse's arm candy. Like I don't know how else to put it other than that. And then like Archangel, like somebody who should have been fucking completely devastating. Like he should have been laying waste to like 90% of the fucking people in that movie.
Yeah.
But
well, when Angel was Archangel, he was incredibly powerful and incredibly scary.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wasn't it? Didn't his wings were adamantium, weren't they?
Well, originally Angel's wings were feathers.
Right.
They were regular bird wings.
But Apocalypse was like, boom, here.
Well, Apocalypse ripped his bird wings off, and then offered him a choice of, do you want to live and serve me or die? And he was in a lot of pain and dying.
That's not how it panned out this time around.
Oh, okay. Well,
Of
of course, Angel hadn't shown up yet, as far as I know, in because I still haven't seen Days of Future Past either.
I don't know if Angel was in Days.
Because he wasn't in any of the previous
He
ones.
was.
I don't think he was.
Because he wasn't in any of the previous ones.
Yeah, he was. He was played by Ben Foster in the originals.
Oh, okay.
And he had.
Oh, yeah, he had that really, really, really short part.
Yeah, he wasn't in it for very long, but
Yeah.
he was in there. I really like Ben Foster as an actor. That's why I kind of remember it.
Okay.
He was also the nerdy pierced up guy that was in Punisher, the original Punisher movie.
Oh, right.
But
I think from what I know, Marvel's trying to move on to a new wave, essentially, of superheroes.
that'd be good. I still haven't seen season 2 of Daredevil yet either.
I still haven't watched it yet either.
I need to.
Yeah. I finished it up.
All I know is that there is a prison fight scene with the Punisher in there that basically goes toe to toe with the one fight scene from Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like just the one single shot fight scene
Yeah.
that they do in the first season of Daredevil, and then Frank Castle just goes in and fucking lays waste to people in a prison fight scene, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That I must see.
Yeah, basically, it was basically, oh, hey, thanks for taking care of that guy for me, and lock the door. Hey, guys, he just killed your main guy there. There he goes.
Shit happens.
Mm-hmm. There was a fan and a lot of laxative.
Jesus.
You know, shit hit the fan. Yeah.
Oh, I was literally like thinking that was a part of the fight scene.
No.
Like just
No, that was the...
That was a metaphor.
I understand now. I was thinking a little too literally. I thought
Yeah.
this was like a part of the show. Like, what are you talking about?
I was like, yeah, no.
Okay, let's wrap up this new show.
Yep.
We're just...
Oh, one more little tidbit of news.
Oh, go for it.
The AMD RX 480 is out. So AMD's current generation video card has come out.
Mm-hmm.
The maxed up high-powered 8 gig version is only $250.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
It is definitively, at least until we'll see if NVIDIA releases a 1060 card. They have made no announcements that they are going to yet, but like most people, due to budgets, they can't afford $700 video cards. You know, people have to look at what can my budget afford, and well, if you want to buy like an NVIDIA card, you're looking at 2 or 3 generations back to get a $250 video card. Something that, yeah, I can play the new games, but to get 60 hertz, you're at 1080p, and you're lowering your settings. Whereas this new AMD RX 480 could do more at the same price range. So you're looking at, it can do 60 frames per second to 100 frames per second depending on the game in 1440p, which is 2K resolution, because it is double the pixels of 1080p. Price, it's kind of neat because it's price per dollar, like price per frame is what some people were doing. So yeah, dollars. How many dollars you spend to get a frame on the screen?
Kind of like buying a house per square foot.
Right.
Yeah.
You are, the RX 480 is like 2 or 3 times the best value out of any video card on the market right now, simply because of how inexpensive it is, but what it can push. Does it beat a GTX 1080 straight up head to head? Absolutely not. Gets smoked.
But you're not going to break your wallet.
But you're not breaking your wallet on the AMD card. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see, because one of the things AMD was saying was that their new card isn't going to be for the enthusiast. And one of the things that everyone was thinking was like, well, why are you going to bring out a new card if you're not going to bring it out for the enthusiast? Well, if they bring out a new card that's superior in dollar to frame performance and is affordable, they'll be able to let all of the regular Joes who are PC gamers catch up as far as buying new video cards and getting more performance than what the old AMD line and the older NVIDIA lines could give them that they could afford. So now
Meanwhile, Steam's going, woohoo!
Yeah.
Because now people can buy shit and play it.
Also, it supposedly can handle VR. We'll see.
Well, at 2K, if it can handle 2K at a decent flip,
it should be able to handle VR.
3D or
yeah.
Because
most virtual reality is in 1080p.
Right.
So yeah, it should. We'll have to see what happens. As long as it can run the Vive, who cares if it can run anything else? Because, sorry, I can't get behind the Oculus Rift now.
Why?
It's owned by Facebook.
Oh.
And they are doing the same thing that Microsoft and Sony do, which is the most abhorrent practice in video games, paying devs for exclusives.
Woohoo! Virtual Farmville.
Totally
I'm sorry. I shouldn't even put that out in the universe because now it's gonna happen.
Yeah. We know who to punch in the neck now.
Blame the D.
Yep.
Look, virtual porn's a thing, and that's all that matters, right, guys?
Hashtag blame the D.
Blame the D on both accounts.
Yep. No, but
which D is up to you.
Yeah, but like for example, the HTC Vive, and more important, well, not necessarily the HTC Vive, but Steam is, well, I shouldn't say Steam, I should say Valve, being the company that makes Steam. They are paying developers to stay platform agnostic, even though they are running with the HTC Vive. They are paying developers to not go exclusive to a headset. And part of that is like, they don't see the headset, like, as a computer gamer, as someone who is not going to be affording, a Vive or an Oculus Rift anytime soon, admittedly. In either case, I don't see them, like, Oculus is looking at the Rift like a console. It is the Rift. It is it is like a console. It is exclusive. Whereas HTC is taking the better road, and Valve is trying to support people taking the better road of, because you got to hook this damn thing into a computer anyway.
It's a peripheral.
It's a peripheral. Because I have my Roccat mouse and keyboard. Some people have their Razer, some people have their Logitech. They're the brands they like, but they're peripherals. It doesn't matter which one you use to the computer to play the game. The game doesn't care that my mouse has Roccat on it.
Right.
The game, and the problem is that they have different development standards for the both two of them. So it is like developing for Microsoft and Sony. Which is unfortunate. Of course, Bethesda's already thrown in with the HTC Vive. It looked at the Ubisoft conference that people were wearing HTC Vives when they were doing 3D, when they were doing VR stuff. At the Sony one, they had the Sony VRs, obviously. I don't remember which one they had at the Microsoft. That's all at E3, by the way. So I think the Rift is starting to play catch up to the Vive when it comes to actual ownership, which is good, because I don't want the Vive to I don't want the Rift to necessarily fail, because you need competition. I do, however, want them to be forced to think of it as a peripheral, not a platform. So, even
so is that, in that case, though, then is the Oculus Rift usable for anything other than its own exclusives? Like, is it kind of like a Nintendo thing where it's like, we have our own exclusive stuff, but any other third-party developers are going to have to pay their way into using the Oculus
No,
Rift?
you have to... No, you can develop for the Oculus Rift if you want and not pay them anything. No, the problem is that they want it to be... They want exclusive games that you can't get on the Vive to try to lure people to buy an Oculus.
Well, and everybody does that.
Vive hasn't even recorded that. Like, there are some technically Vive exclusives, but they're not Vive exclusives. They're on Steam, which supports the Vive, because they don't support the Oculus yet, but you can make a game that supports both. But it takes time to develop a game that supports both. So yeah, it's not the same as consoles, but it's not quite the same as peripherals. Even though it should be, there should have been a standard created for making VR. That should have been put in place by Microsoft. I hate to say it, but all these things run on, Windows. So there should have been a Windows VR API. So it's basically DirectX VR. Or what would have been better is Vulkan VR. So it's not in place by Microsoft, but a standard anyone can use.
Right.
But no, they went and they have their own development standards and coding that you need to do for each of them. So, which is just going to keep making it harder and harder for software developers, because now you're going to have to code for the PC, which should always be the first one, because you're writing the goddamn game on a PC in the first place. Then you have to start, the Xbox and the PlayStation. Okay, now you have to code for the Xbox and the PlayStation VR, and 2 VRs for the PC, if you want to make your game VR.
And this is why games get more and more expensive every fucking year.
And with a little bit of, let's just pull it together and get an industry standard together, that wouldn't be anywhere near as big of a deal, because then you have to do your 3 regular ports that you've been doing for years now, which is PC, Microsoft, and Sony. And then you add the VR one, which is not really a port, but a fork of those other three. But no, everyone's making it their own. And like from what I've heard, like the Xbox, not the Xbox One, but the Xbox One Slim will sort of do VR when it comes out.
That's kind of how the PS4.5 is.
The PS4.5 will do VR when it comes out. PS4's choke and die on proper VR.
Their big push on the 4.5 is that it'll run 4K now.
Right.
But I don't think they've really pushed the VR thing. They probably won't come out till next generation, I imagine.
No, it has to come out this generation. Has to.
Well, we'll see how that happens. Maybe it'll run at 720 and be okay.
Well, I mean, the modern console.
Yeah,
I was saying
720, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
You'll get motion sick, all sorts of crap.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Is you need a minimum of 30 frames, preferably 60 frames per second per eye, and 1080p.
All right. Well, good luck to everybody.
Go computers!
Yay!
So it's been a show and a half.
Yeah, I should probably stop ranting about things.
I like your little rants. I can sit here and just like, go Mason. You just run along with your rant.
But
That's good stuff.
Love you, Mason. End the show.
Okay. All right. Well, for this next okay. For this episode of the Nerd Effect News Show, we have
Ouch.
Sorry.
And,
Mason, Ireland.
And I am Dustin Vancouver, and we'll catch you guys on the sexy side.
All right.